Hey sneak peekers, I'm here at South by Southwest for the world premiere of Russell Goldman's Sender to talk to the cast and crew. Is this your first South by?
Yes, it is.
I hope you're loving it.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I'm Carol. I'm with Sneak Peek. We're a media outlet from UT Austin.
Okay, very
So
good.
we're film students, all
wonderful.
of us. Yeah.
Excellent.
And we are just like here, and we would like to hear about your experience. What was your favorite part about being on the project? You're producing it, right?
Executive producer, yes.
Yeah.
So there's several aspects of it. For me, it was trying to get I read the script, I love the script, and then I got to speak to Jamie and everyone about Russell and how they felt about it. And it's very dear to them, especially being Russell's first time writing and directing and all that. It was a lot. There's a lot of special things that happen here, right? As far as the process, they gave me the short, and that was awesome.
Yeah.
So you knew what you're looking at, how it looks like, the look and feel of it. You could say yes, this is what I expect, right? And then just my producers and the crew, like Molly and Jake, they're phenomenal people, keeping me updated and informed. It's something like you're going as a student into this thing, and I can't tell you that if I could do it all over again, I'd be on your side. I'd try it. I'd be like, this is magic.
Yeah. And yeah, we are students, so I would love to hear if you have any advice for us that are going into film, and should we keep our heads on?
Oh, absolutely. So the talk that Jamie just gave an hour ago at 2:30, manifest. And this gentleman right next to you, I mean, the experiences that we both have shared together with Jamie Lee Curtis is outstanding. And the fact is that it's just manifesting. It's just having that drive to say where your vision is, what you're doing, let the distractions go and just go after it. I can tell you one thing, I manifested marrying the lady at the end here in the outfit. I wanted to get married, and then lo and behold, she showed up in my life and I married her.
That's awesome.
So it is, I'm a living testament to it. Jamie's living testament. All of you and what you're going to be doing, you're going to see it. Just got to believe in it.
Thank you so much. That was great advice. I will keep that in mind. Thank you so much. It was so great meeting you.
Honor's mine.
Yeah, and I'm really excited to watch the movie, by the way.
I'm glad.
Being an editor, I'm kind of alone, so I wasn't part of the original crew on production. So I think they got to really get together and get a feel of it all. But some of the score and some of the sound design were from the original, so it was great to collaborate with those guys again. And we kind of bounced off of each other, and we know how to work with each other already. So that's the beauty of working on from a short to a feature.
That's so cool. So I love to ask, do you get inspiration from other works, films that were inspiring to you when you were working on this?
Yeah, I did have watch Kill Bill, just from watching, and it did inspire me a little bit. And then a film called The Limey, which is Steven Soderbergh's, one of his first films. Yeah.
I definitely have to catch that one. I love Kill Bill though. And I have a question. Do you have anyone that you want to shout out about working on this, for someone who gave you support throughout?
I want to give a shout out to my wife, Rosas, who's been my rock through the whole thing, and also my assistant editor, Alex Gonzalez.
Thank you so much for these
Thank
people.
you.
Yeah, and we are all film students, so do you have any advice for us as we want to bring our craft to life as well?
Yeah. Keep dreaming, keep pushing, keep collaborating, keep talking with each other, and build a community, because that's where we come together, and filmmaking is a team sport.
Let me look up what Kim Jeong is in it, and I could not find anything. And I'm scared that you might be the sender, but before giving too many spoilers, can you talk a little bit about your role?
Unfortunately, I'm instructed not to say anything. I'm just here to support the film, support Russell, and just to be alongside this amazing cast and producer Jamie Lee Curtis it's incredible. It's an honor. I know I'm starstruck too. So for me, it's just it is as surreal as you think it is right now.
So yeah, without getting into spoilers, because we want to go into the movie blind. What was your favorite part about working on this? Do you have a favorite memory from set?
Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything, and I'm kind of not supposed to. But at the end of the day, I think just working with the cast, I think, was just a lot of fun. And I'm just fans of every single person on this cast. And it was my first time working with them, so I think that's what made it even more fun. It's almost like a first day of school kind of quality, you know? It was exciting, a little nerve-wracking, but exciting. So I probably felt the same way, yeah.
Yeah, and then speaking of like mail and delivery, what was the last thing you ordered?
Oh, I ordered like a little phone holder, like that's that just kind of holds a cell phone like upright. Sorry, you know, Hollywood stuff.
But yeah, my last order was the SD card for that camera, so it's
okay.
fine.
See,
Yeah, it's in the same brand.
little iPhone.
And yeah, I really appreciate you being here. Do you have any advice for us film students who are eventually going to start making our own stuff and going forward?
Just stay locked in. Keep doing what you're doing right now. I mean, you're about to talk to a legend right now, and I think it just doesn't get any better than that, and build off of that. Absolutely. Just keep doing. You just guys stay locked in.
So, because I finished Halloween and got so excited about working with David Gordon Green that I went home and wrote a script, but I wrote an outline and I didn't know how to format it into final draft. And my friend's son had gone to film school and was looking for a job, and so I had gotten his number from his mom. And I called him and asked him if he knew how to work final draft. And he said yes, and he came over and he took my 45-page treatment and put it into script form, but he then sat with me and put the dialogue in for me as I did it. And then over time, he ended up kind of taking the script from me, and he called me one day and said, "Can I take a whack at it?" Because we couldn't get it made, it was too expensive, blah, blah, blah. And he said, "Can I take a whack at it?" And I said, "Yeah." And he changed it and made it wildly better. And now and then I have a company, and so I hired him as my director of development.
That's wonderful too.
Through his mom.
Which is the best way to meet someone. It's like trustworthy. But do you have any advice for us film students who are venturing into? I know that he was a film student, so that's already a great advice for us. But how should we navigate from now on?
Movies with every tool you have. Russell Goldman takes every penny I pay him and then says to me, I say, "What are you doing next weekend?" And he says, most kids say, "I'm going to a movie and then I'm going to go to dinner with my friends." Russell says, "I'm making a movie." I go, "Wait, you're making another movie?" He goes, "Yeah." "Can I have Friday off?" "Yeah." And then by Monday, he's shot an entire movie in 3 days with friends. And he's done that. I have to ask him how many times, how many films he's made with his own money, with his own time. That's how you end up at South by with a movie that you've written and directed.
That's so exciting. So prime producing tip is get the money and be efficient with it.
Producing tip is produce things. How many movies did you make on your own with your own money?
I've lost count, maybe 10.
10 movies. He's made 10 movies with his own money, just on the weekends. And now he's got a movie debuting at South by.
I always wanted to I wanted to attend UT Austin at one point, but I ended up, lots of things happen, you know.
Getting sidetracked, but I think that making scores is really interesting, but like if you're into music, it might be hard to like think of scores as a thing. So did movies come first to you, or did music come first to you?
I would say music came first, and I always loved film scores. Like I remember noticing them, but never even thought that would be a possibility. So I would say like I started off playing in bands and being like the kind of classic, like music was always my first love. And then like I loved movies and watched a ton. I just slowly found my way in there, but it really didn't click for me until a lot later, you know. So it was kind of a beautiful like pivot career-wise, you know? Yeah.
Marco, the editor, talked about working with music, and I want to know like when did you come into the production process, and how was like making the score? Because score is so hard to talk about because I haven't seen the movie.
I know.
But I really would like to hear how it was developing at least.
Actually, way earlier than you think. I came in before they shot. So Russell hired me. I read the script, and then I wrote an album just based off the script. And then Russell would listen to it, and then when they shot the film, he would like play it for everybody. So people like Britt and Jamie and everybody was listening to the score while they're filming. But then the score changed a lot because that was based off the script, and obviously scripts change from going into the film. So that was just fun that he thought about it so early, you know. But yeah.
This is really exciting. I want to know, do you have any favorite movie score of all time that you like?
So many. I have a list on Letterboxd of like 180 movies. I'm like scores that inspire. Maybe I'll share it. The funny thing is my Letterboxd is under a fake name because I was always worried that
Just give this to me.
Sure, I will. Okay, off the top of my head, spanning the ages. I think a lot of Jerry Goldsmith's scores, like Chinatown, Alien, Planet of the Apes, that stuff's really interesting. I think like modern composers, like obviously Johnny Greenwood, like I loved One Battle. I loved Punch Drunk Love, which was John Bryan, and so I love like both the composers that PTA's collaborated with. I love Mika Levy, like everybody does. Like Under the Skin's very influential. And then I think like even going back to like 50s stuff like Bernard Herrmann, I love the Hitchcock stuff. Studied a lot of Hitchcock's scores, even like Alfred Newman and some of those like. And then so it kind of spans the genres, you know.
Excellent. We're making a letterbox list based on your recommendations right now. We'll put it under sneak peek and say these were Gavin's recommendations.
I'll be a lot more concise if I like, but I have a big list, and maybe I can like send that and be like scores you got to check out.
We're so curious. And in the spirit of mail and delivery, I'm curious, what was the last thing you ordered?
Music related. I think it was like so silly, like maybe like a guitar cable or like a microphone cable. And then, speaking of that, Russell and I did use boxes in the score. We ripped cardboard. There's a lot of cardboard in the score. We use a lot of...
It has like a river.
Oh, we do a lot of that. So it's a lot of found sounds, you know. But yeah.
So from the short film to the Blacklist and now to South by, hitting these production milestones, how was it for you? Like, just, we got this person on board, this is definitely going to get me.
My wife reminds me of this, but like every moment like that, you have to take it as the win that it is at every incremental step, because it's all like, the thing that I'm very emotional about today is like, I will never have the feeling of releasing my first film again. And in every step of this has felt so, for as many shorts as I've done, like it's felt so new, that like, I like wish that I could go back and go like, that Blacklist thing, I knew I was excited by it, but like I wish that like I enjoyed it more. I think I was so anxious about what does this mean for like getting the movie together. But like taking that as the victory that it is, I think is important for everybody. Yeah.
As film students would definitely understand like how it feels like. And I read your interview with IndieWire yesterday, and you talked a little bit about like Ray's and Britt's chemistry and how that played into the story during production. So I wanted to make like, if those changes, like committing to those changes, was it hard? Like wanting to like, we should focus more on this or that, like during production after you already planned it out?
Absolutely. I mean, working with Britt was an experience where like I saw that she was going to deliver something that was better than what I had on the page. And it wasn't just going to be with her, it was going to be like the chemistry with each actor was going to be so unique and electric, but that every kind of relationship had to be modulated to kind of like fit that world, fit that tone, make everything, even if you watch the movie and you're like, I have no idea what's going on. Like everyone feels so dialed in, like they know the language of it. And with Britt and Ray, that was the same exact thing. Like it was like an absolute honor. I mean, Ray and I are from the same state, and she's a theater kid. I was a theater kid. I was a film and theater kid, and like and the way that they both approach acting is they have very different processes, but they're both so brilliant, and like we're just so open to jumping into this process. Yeah.
And this final question, because we're film students, we really would love to hear if you have any advice for us for our future, like how to get our stuff out there and network or whatever.
It is like, the best piece of advice I got is like, it is entirely like, the joy of your years is going to be defined by the work you make with the people that you care about. That's all it is. And once, at some point, one of those pieces will probably like reach further places than you expected it to, and you get to make more things and make more things with those people, and like maybe even make bigger things. But I do really think that like the joy of making is so crucial, and and like obviously you want reception so that you can keep making. Like it's not as simple as that, but the happiest I have ever been is in the middle of, whether it was a play when I was 16 or it was in the middle of like, wow, like Britt and I were like throwing out this page and trying something so that we are so much more excited by. It is that act of discovery because it keeps you in the present tense.
I'd love to hear that. Welcome back to South by. It's been a while. And the first question that I have, every single person that I talked to mentioned you in some capacity. So as an executive producer as well as lead actress, I want to know how your involvement is like just so deep and so fundamental to the film, and like what was like taking on these both positions, because you are a producer, you produce Circus Person, which I love, and I'm excited to see it whenever the feature comes out. But I want to see, like, speaking of Sender, how was it like?
With her in the last showgirl as well.
Russell
like,
just created an environment where
a great cast that really support each other in a movie that
we got to
got a release and
come together every day and make something that was truly a group project. And he's a true artist. We have a siblingship. Russell's the best. I don't know. I feel so lucky that he allowed me the space to get to connect with the crew and to bring ideas to the table. It was very egalitarian. Just everybody brought their A game and was so kind, so creative, so collaborative. And we're making something. I was just saying, we're making something that's on a piece of paper. We're bringing it to life every day. It's wonderfully hard. And
this was not a strange experience.
And I just love doing it. I don't know. I feel so lucky.
Yeah, I heard a little bit of how like you loved the script immediately, and like I was thinking, I watched Darkest Miriam, and she's also receiving Mysterious Mail, and now you're also receiving Mysterious Mail. Is there anything about these roles that you're like gravitate towards, like how the experience of the main character captivates you as an actress?
Oh, well, thank you for watching Darkest Miriam. I love that film so much.
I love it too.
It's another film where you're in the interiority of the character so deeply, and Miriam and Julia are very different characters, but they're both they're kind of broken wide open. They're in this. I'm really interested in that human experience that we all go through, which is that life has brought you to your knees in some way, shape, or form, and you're just open, and inviting this like fresh look, but also sometimes that invites things that are nefarious or dangerous or a bit off kilter, and certainly for Julia that's the case, and navigating that, how to protect herself and how to do that alongside her recovery journey was what was most exciting to me. And she's an artist, Julia is an artist.
I was literally like, we are college students, and you were also an artist in college, and did your college experience help you out on the profession that you are today in any way?
100%. I went to Northwestern. I studied visual art and also theater. But yeah, all those days in the studio, all those like coming up with ideas, working collaboratively. I also built sets. Like I think just getting tactile, getting your hands dirty, and picking up your camera and making things with other people. That's the best education that you can give yourself, because this is an industry of relationship, and the energy that you cultivate with the people whose visions you believe in, that's the true art.
Thanks y'all so much for watching. Stay tuned for the full South by coverage on our YouTube channel.